Hi, it's Rachel Joyce here, and I'm here to share some of my running tips with you. Number one, I think, is to stay as relaxed as you can during the run. I know that if I start to tense up, then the breathing gets more difficult and it almost feels like you're fighting yourself. So one thing I like to do when I'm doing a run, is every now and again just kind of shake your arms out and then come back to running, and it just stops you. If you're starting to hitch, just relaxes everything, and hopefully that just makes the whole running feel a lot kind of more relaxed and natural. My running tip number two is to not overthink when you're running. You get told so many things about what you should and shouldn't be doing, where your foot should be planted, where your head should be, how you should be breathing. And if you're thinking about all of those things, you're actually just going to forget to run. And I believe that as humans we were born to run. I think that's the name of a book. So if you just keep it really simple, and maybe have one or two triggers. And the triggers that I like to, or prompts that I like to remind myself of are, one is to kind of keep my chin tucked in. So you don't start running like this, because then that kind of closes everything off. And if you keep your chin tucked down, you're kind of keeping your shoulders more relaxed. The second prompt I often use is just to kind of keep my cadence up, especially if you're doing a longer run or you're getting tired. There's a tendency, well, at least for me, to kind of sit back in your into your stride. But if you just keep your cadence up, it kind of will automatically stop you kind of starting to stick your bum out. My third running tip is all about breathing, and I think how you breathe when you run can really help you find a good rhythm and stay relaxed. And everyone's different, but I find if I breathe in to the count of 2, and you kind of feel yourself tensing up a bit, and then if you kind of consciously exhale, then you're kind of keeping your breathing muscles a bit more relaxed, and it also helps with the rhythm. So I'm kind of in and out. I don't know if that's visual works very well, but think about your breathing, and if you feel yourself kind of almost starting to hyperventilate, try and calm the breathing down to a count of in for 2 and out for 2. My running tip number 4 is kind of specific to coming into a race, and I think we all have a tendency to get a little bit anxious. Are we going to be able to hold the race pace that we want to? I think it's really important. The most important thing in that race week is you've banked all your fitness, and the main thing is to arrive on race day feeling fresh. So don't feel that you need to go and nail one more session just as a confidence booster. Just have confidence in the training you've done and run by feel. And if you've traveled somewhere, don't expect to feel good the day after. Just have a nice gentle shakeout run and listen to your body, and try and stay relaxed. Something that sometimes I find helps is just to jot down those key sessions that you did nail, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and use those for confidence rather than trying to get a confidence booster 3 days before the race. My running tip number 5 is thinking about where you plant your foot when you're running. And I know a tendency I had when I was first really starting to take running seriously was, the bigger the stride, the faster I was going to go, and this did result in me heel striking, and that's almost like breaking yourself as you run. So one of the things I used to do was on an easy run in the week, I would take 10 minutes in the run, and I would do 30 seconds of a really, really fast cadence. Not fast effort or high effort, but just really quick feet, and then drop back, and then for the next 30 seconds go back to your normal cadence. And I think this really helps make sure that you're planting your foot right underneath your body rather than trying to kind of gain distance by overstriding and heel striking. One more running tip I have is you've got to think about when you're running, a lot of the distance, I talked about overstriding, a lot of the distance you get in your stride is actually coming from the back part of your run. So stretches that focus on lengthening your hip flexors and your quads are really important. And the way I make sure that I do these stretches every day is I kind of think of it as free speed. So a really good one is just while you're watching TV is to kind of put your knee down. You want to kind of, the closer you can get that heel to your bottom, the better, and make sure you've kind of got a nice flat and you're kind of engaging your glutes, and just hold it, you know, 2, 3, 4 minutes, however long you've got, and that will just really start to lengthen your quads and help with your running stride.